Hey guys, what is going on? This is Eric from Steal Your Apps, and you're just about to watch my interview with Murat from Shopney. Shopney is an app building native iOS and Android apps for Shopify merchants and Shopify stores. This interview took place last Shopify Pursuit in Amsterdam 2020, packed with a lot of insights. My key insight from this interview is that no matter if you're a Shopify developer or a Shopify merchant, you better read what Shopify is offering you in their help center and blog. They're really trying to get you to be more successful, and a lot of merchants and app developers are seeking for invisible or magical shortcuts. It's just not available. So let's jump right into the interview. Have fun, guys. Number one. We are here at Pursuit Amsterdam. What is going on? Hey,
hello.
Thank you for being here with us. All right, so if you don't mind, please tell us in a few sentences about your company, what you guys do, what's your job in the company, and everything else you want the audience to know.
Sure. It's Murat, the marketing manager of Shopney. And Shopney delivers top-notch mobile shopping apps for iOS and Android for Shopify stores.
So basically you create a shopping app for each store so they can have their own app on the App Store and generate extra sales from it.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So is there, by the way, is there a lot of competition in the App Store in this area?
Yeah, I mean, let's say there are like almost 7 or 8 companies now delivering the mobile apps. But ours is, let's say, I can say with the app quality and the customer service, I can say in the top 3 right now, being let's say, listed in the Shopify App Store really recently. So, and we are delivering native apps for iOS and Android.
Oh, that's cool. By the way, me and Murat met last Shopify Unite. I think it was August in Toronto. Back in the day, they didn't even launch the app to the App Store. It's already grew like crazy since. So I recommend really check it out if you haven't already. Murat, I want to ask you, let's start with the actual interview. First question, what is the number one tip you have for Shopify merchants? It could be either beginners or advanced merchants.
So like first of all, for the beginners, my biggest advice as a bankrupted old Shopify merchant, please guys do yourself a favor and read what Shopify writes for you in their blog to launch a business properly, to manage a business properly, and to, let's say, scale a business properly. Shopify is taking care of your ass to do everything in the best way. So please take care of yourself as Shopify take care of you.
Yeah, to be honest, I think too many people just don't realize that Shopify as a merchant or as a partner giving you all the guidelines you need in order to have a successful business
you need
or an app, and too many people just ignore that and try to have shortcuts, and eventually it bites them in the butt. Feel free to cut this line after that. All right. All right, that's actually a great tip. Let's move on to the second question. It's pretty similar to the first one. What is your number one tip for Shopify partners? It can be either someone who want to build an app or an agency or become a Shopify expert.
Yeah, so for the app developers, I would say, first of all, you should really need to detect the need and bring a real solution to a real need. So you shouldn't be falling in love with your solution, but you should be falling in love with the problem. This is the number one rule. And once you detect and analyze and understand the problem in the best way, then you can bring the best solution. So read about it, talk to people, and feel the pain on the spot, on the field, from the real experiences. Then you build your app accordingly.
That's super interesting. I've never heard someone said in those words, you need to fall in love with the problem instead of the solution. That's great, because I'm seeing so many people that either building an app that already have like 20 like those in the App Store and they don't have anything new to it, or they're simply not solving an issue. They just think they have a solution to a problem. They're not even sure it's real. So I really like what you said. Sounds like a great tip. Guys, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. All right, let's move to a set of 2 questions. Let's start with the first one. I want you to tell us what do you think is the one thing that helped you as a company the most to grow to where you are at the moment?
So like before actually taking our part in the stage in the Shopify App Store, we have paid a huge attention to likely issues that we might have in the future, and we have produced content prior to, let's say, our launch in the App Store. We have thought in the way of a, let's say, a merchant would thought while using our product, and we have, let's say, tried our best and did our best to bring the solutions earlier than the problems, you see. And now we are just benefiting our, let's say, early investments and let's say early less efforts paid on this, let's say, issue. Now we are having way less questions, way less issues than a likely app builder for Shopify store, which is I am getting from the other experiences while I'm talking to other app builders.
It's interesting. I'm trying to figure out like how did you came up with those solutions before you knew the problem? What was your way of understanding where the issues are going to come from?
Yeah, I mean, like, first of all, you should know your clients. I mean, like, if you are coming up with an idea or a solution or a product, you should somehow adjust yourself and become who will use the product or who will use the service, but be it whatever it is, you see. So you should think and live and, let's say, act the person that is gonna use this, and then you and if you are honest with yourself, and if you are, let's say, somehow, let's say, not giving yourself like small excuses about, like, let's say, like some, let's say, small problems, and really obtaining that point of view of a user, then you can, let's say, easily see what is lacking in your product, what is problematic in your product, and what is gonna be turning into a problem in the future of your product.
Yeah, you know, that's a great point. Like if you look at our company, our slogan is apps built by merchants for merchants.
Yeah.
So we were first merchants,
Yeah.
and then we knew, because we had those pain points, we know how merchants look at stuff, we know what they need, and we just gave it to them.
Yeah.
So I
And-
think as someone who's not been a merchant before, getting into this it's much harder. So you guys, seems like you're doing a great job with it. Seems like it's working for
Thank you.
Yeah. So
And I
that's-
mean, like to add one last thing, like, to become an app builder, you should first to become a merchant.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you can do
in
that.
the
And by the
mind.
way, like I think the most basic thing you can do as app developer, you can run a demo store. Just play with it. See how merchants play with the platform. See the words they're using when they're building stuff. Just, you know, I'm not talking about maybe running an actual business for 2 years, but at least have the basics. Try to build a store from scratch. See what are the problems, and then you can figure out the solutions. So that's a great place to start from. All right, let's move on to the next question. What, on the other side of the previous question, what was the one challenge you had that was the most hard to overcome, or a challenge that you have today that you're still figuring out?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, should I be honest?
As honest as
Yeah.
you can. I mean, not for
So-
me, for the audience. They're watching.
Okay, so like the biggest challenge, like, come up to my mind, like, it was getting the app listed in the Shopify App Store. It was a huge and long process. It was a real pain in the ass, and now I'm just, let's say, talking to some other friends, like delivering apps again, like for the App Store, getting the same, let's say, difficulties.
It's getting
Guys,
harder over time.
Yeah,
like a year ago, it was
seems
much
so,
easier
yeah.
than now, because Shopify evolves as a platform. So they're releasing new features like multiple storefronts and single sign-on. And once all these features are released to the public, the new apps must, you know, hold up to this standard. So
Exactly.
you have more, let's call it regulations you have to pass before you get into the App Store. I think my recommendation to people who also have this issue, make sure that at the beginning, if you can, just submit your app in the most basic state possible, and try maybe to develop it after it goes up.
Yeah.
This way you can get better feedback,
That would
and
be,
it's going to be easier to pass all the Shopify exams. So I think that's
Yeah.
that's a good tip. I had this pain right with our previous.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is the destiny that you cannot escape from. So, like, be prepared for it.
Yeah. And read the Shopify guidelines. Again, we talked
Yeah.
about it before.
Exactly.
Read it. It's all there. They're not bullshitting. It's all straight to the point. Do it. It's going to be okay. All right, Murat, let's get to the last question, which is for you. What is the one thing you're most excited about from Shopify in 2020? It can be either a feature you would like to see, a feature that Shopify announced, or anything else you want to say about the platform.
So yeah, like as they've announced in last year in Unite event, Shopify is taking over the online commerce in the world. Now it's, I guess, the second in the list after Amazon. So like they will be taking also the brick and mortar environment. So like we as Shopify app builders and like in the, let's say, people in the Shopify ecosystem, we should be, let's say, getting into know about what's gonna be, let's say, Shopify delivering for the, let's say, offline store ecosystem.
Yeah,
And
there's
be
so
in the
much
know and like,
opportunities.
yeah, exactly, because like this is the unknown part of the, let's say, of the thing which is coming that you can feel. But the more you know, the more that you can integrate the online and offline, maybe like create something better out of it in between.
Something big is coming, and
Yeah.
now with the all the partners in the Shopify ecosystem, there's plenty of room for partnerships and cooperations between systems that otherwise wouldn't be possible. Shopify is now getting into retail in brick and mortar stores,
Yeah.
not getting into, but they're getting way more robust there. That's
Yeah.
definitely going to be a lot of room for us to grow together
Yeah,
and expand.
definitely.
So yeah, I think with a solution like yours, there's plenty of things to do with in-store apps.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, get customers to install from a brick and mortar store.
Exactly.
Or
I mean, like
something like
when it comes to, for example, our app, like the, let's say, mobile phone is a thing. Actually, your mobile store is a thing that you can actually bring into the brick and mortar store. You see,
Yeah.
and there can be some interactions, some, let's say, instant push notifications, some other offers, and
so
that
many
kind
cool
of stuff.
Like in today's world, you can go to a brick and mortar store. You want to buy a pair of shoes, and let's say it's not available in the stock in the brand you're in, but in the next one it is available.
Yeah.
So if you have an app that actually do that and can tell you where everything is, it's going to make everything for the customer and the merchant so much easier. So definitely, guys, there's a lot of cool things going to happen in 2020 and beyond. Murat, thank you so much for being with
My
us.
pleasure.
Anything else you want to say to our viewers?
Guys, read, and you don't have to be creative, because creativity is all about let's say, remixing the things. So please watch around and observe what your competitors or like similar apps doing in your business, and get the best and merge them into your business. This is what you need to do, and Shopify is taking care of your ass. Please do it as much as Shopify.
Guys, powerful lessons by a powerful company. Check them out. We're going to put the link in the description below, and I'll see you on the next interview. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
man.
My pleasure.
Have a great pursuit.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you had fun. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click this notification button so you'll know whenever we go live or release new content. If you haven't already, make sure to join our Facebook group with over 1,500 Shopify merchants. And if you have any questions or comment, make sure to just leave them in the comment section below. I promise we'll answer everybody. Thank you again, guys. I'll see you on the next video.